Rio Rancho Police SWAT team was at a home for 4 hours trying to get a man to come out safely overnight. That SWAT standoff started about 6 last night on Vancouver Road near Rainbow and Unser. A domestic violence dispute had one man inside refusing to walk out so police could arrest him. Take a look. We got some pictures, these from someone in the area. The standoff ended just after 10 o'clock when that man finally surrendered. Thankfully, no one was hurt. A UNM English professor is spooked this morning. He has been receiving some mysterious sexually explicit emails that have got him thinking twice before going to teach his class. Now, because he told campus police, he thinks that they may be from one of his students.
By no means should a professor or a student or anybody feel, unsafe being here,
Without a doubt, UNM police say the teacher is in his mid-20s, received what he described as 2 sexually explicit emails. According to the police report that we got a hold of, the second email addressed him by his middle name, then said they were really going to enjoy this class.
That teacher felt being harassed and felt it might be a student, maybe someone within the university, made the report, made him uncomfortable, made him nervous.
It was concerning enough that the teacher felt uncomfortable going to class, so he contacted his boss, then police. Now investigators are trying to figure out who was behind these harassing emails, and they're trying to track where the emails were sent from. If a student is behind this, he or she could face discipline from UNM and possibly criminal charges. Well, of course, it is a new semester, a new school year at UNM with all new students, and now there's a new program to help them get up to speed in math and English. News 13's Samantha McDonald is live at the university this morning with more. Good morning, Samantha. What's this all about?
Good morning, Matt. Well, dozens of students here have been participating in a new pilot program that began in the summer. Professors tell me they hope this is the key to keeping kids in school. The new stretch and studio classes are offered as an alternative to remedial courses and geared towards students with ACT scores below 18. Professors say there is a low graduation rate among freshmen who are required to take remedial courses, which do not offer credit for graduation. The stretch and studio courses will allow freshmen to jump straight into English 101, but extend it over the course of 2 semesters. Professors say they think the extra time with students allows them to grow.
Not only are they earning that college credit, but based on our assessment of summer pilot program, students increase their writing skills, but they also increase their confidence in being a college student.
Now, professors tell me they plan on enrolling 200 students for next summer's stretch and studio courses. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you, Samantha. Looks like a pretty good program there. Now, coming up our next half hour, we'll be talking with some of the students who are in that studio program. Well, for the second day in a row, tech problems at a school district in New Mexico mean students and teachers have the day off again. The Mesa Vista Consolidated School District is canceling all classes again today because phone and internet service is still down. Classes are canceled for all schools in the Mesa Vista districts. Well, new incentives now for teachers who move to struggling schools or who help advanced placement students. Governor Susana Martinez is announcing these incentives. 100 teachers will be eligible for a $5,000 bonus if they agree to move from a school with an A or a B grade to a school with a D or an F grade. The same bonuses will also be paid to as many as 300 teachers who increase the number of students who pass their AP courses. Well, APS opened up its first new football stadium since the 1960s, and it did it in style yesterday. Of course, there was the traditional ribbon-cutting ceremony here at the $38 million Westside Sports Complex. Thousands of fans came through the gates to see the Volcano Vista Hawks take on the Manzano Monarchs for the new venue's inaugural game. Community Stadium here holds up to 7,000 people with a 2,600-seat track and field facility next door. Now, while all APS high schools will play games here, Superintendent Winston Brooks says the Westside teams, they're the ones that will reap the most benefits from it.
It finally allows those students and their families to have a place that they can call home.
Usually when you travel to the east, you got to go all the way to Wilson, and then Milne's always been kind of centralized. So, this is our home stadium, so we're very excited.
The first game at the stadium here lived up to all its hype. Manzano beat Volcano Vista 17-14 after scoring a touchdown with 1.4 seconds left in the game. How about that for a barn burner? It was the first of 7 games that will be played at the community stadium through just this Saturday, and a lot more through the rest of this year. Well, 5:06 now, a football coach in eastern New Mexico is charging people to watch his games at a public park. The city of Clovis claims it did not know what was going on until an anonymous letter showed up. A letter accuses Red Zone Elite football director Mike Moscato of taking advantage of families there. The whistleblower, so to speak, says charging people to go to a game at a city-owned field is shameful and illegal. But according to Clovis's city attorney David Richards, charging people to watch sporting events on city property is legal, which is why Moscato says he can't believe all the hubbub.
If somebody wants to know something, come ask me. You know, they don't have to write anonymous letters to people to make, you know, false judgments on me that aren't true. And it's disheartening when that comes in, you know, especially with all the work you put in.
Mr. Moscato here says he charges folks $1 to help cover the cost of unexpected expenses. Officials say they're planning to review Moscato's financial records next week to make sure that money is being used correctly. All right, sad story here. More than 100 elk found dead on a ranch about 20 miles north of Las Vegas, New Mexico. Take a look. Sky News 13 flew over this gruesome discovery yesterday on the sprawling 75,000-acre Buena Vista Ranch near Mora. The elk were not shot, so Fish and Game wardens are investigating exactly what caused them to die, which they say seemed to happen literally overnight. Now, their top suspicion is something called epizootic hemorrhagic disease, or EHD. It's caused by insect bites, and it's often quite deadly.
An elk could get a fever. It's usually a pretty fast illness, and up to 8 to 36 hours later, the animals go into shock and then they die.
Now, to make matters worse here, elk bow hunting season starts this Sunday. Some guided expeditions in this area may be called off. Biologists are sending tissue samples from the elk and some water samples from the area in to get some testing. If it is EHD, Game and Fish says it is not contagious to humans and it is not spread from animal to animal. Hope they get that figured out. It doesn't spread anymore. They've not had any other situations like this with elk or other animals in the state this year.